to today's episode of Happy Girl Chats. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so excited to be here with you today. If you were with me last week for last week's episode, just want to say we're doing better. We're doing better. If you did see/hear last week's episode, we had a little bit of a rough road, not feeling like myself, mentally not the best. I wouldn't say we're back to perfection, not that we can get to perfection, but we're definitely doing so much better. So that is really good news. I'm happy to report that, and thank you so much as always for any encouragement, everything, your comments, your words. It always means genuinely so much to me and keeps me going and gets me excited to be here again. So thank you so much. Happy to report that we're doing better. But I'm so incredibly excited today. I have a very special episode planned because today, as I'm recording this will be going up tomorrow, so it won't be to the date when you're listening to this, but as of today, it is 2 years since I launched my small business, Just Joy, which is so crazy. So I thought it would be fun to do a little Just Joy episode. Because I just think that'd be so fun, and I had this idea a couple months ago when I was planning podcast episodes before we even had the podcast, and I do remember a few weeks back when we were launching the podcast asking what kind of episodes you'd like to see, and there were a few asking for business episodes, which is so cool, and I feel so unqualified, even though I do have a small business. But that's just crazy cool, the fact that I do have a small business that is 2 years old. I have been going back and forth all day as to whether today's technically Just Joy's second birthday or its second anniversary. I'm not 100% sure, but nonetheless, it's 2 years. 2 years since I launched Just Joy, which is so crazy on so many levels, but we're going to get into it all today, and I'm so excited, and yeah, so crazy, 2 years. My business is 2 years old. Like, wow. Literally, wow, crazy. But I thought I would share, if you don't know what Just Joy is, I thought I would tell you a little bit about it. So as we've established, Just Joy is my small business, and that's really fun. But Just Joy, the best way I could describe Just Joy in one line would be, it's basically all the positive, or hopefully positive, joyful, encouraging vibes that I try and share with you on my account online, but in a shop version, in products, but it's literally just me and the encouragement I like to give in product versions. So there's fun things like positive pep talk cards, I have Scrapbook Kit, I have a little positive magazine, I have a journal. Oh, I love the journal. That's the most recent product, which is so much fun. And Just Joy is quite literally just me. Pun not intended with the just thing. But Just Joy is just me. I am a small team, a humble team of one, myself. So Just Joy is a very, very small business. And I think that's so fun. So it's pretty much what I spend a lot of my time doing. I kind of split my time evenly between Just Joy, Just Girly stuff, the Christian Girl group, Happy Girl Chats, but Just Joy is the business side of things, and I love it so much, and my hope and my goal and my mission is that it's just the most encouraging space for you, and that every product or any interaction even that you have with Just Joy, whether it's just the things that you see I share, or getting an actual product yourself, or like the packaging of it, I try and make each package as truly joyful as I possibly can. My hope is just that any interaction you have with Just Joy is a very joyful experience, and it brings you joy, it makes you smile, and it reminds you to look for the joy around you. That's my goal, my purpose, my hope with all things Just Joy. And it's so crazy to me that it's now been 2 years since it's been a living thing, because I feel like it was something I was thinking about for so long, and I wanted to kind of get into that a little bit too, kind of the origin story of Just Joy, because it's not something I talk about super often. But Just Joy started, the idea, in a dream, like a physical, I was asleep, woke up, I had a dream, what was about Just Joy. Thank you very much. Basically, if that confused you in any way, I had a dream one night many, many, many years ago. I don't remember when. I actually had to look through some old journals today to see if I could find any evidence of this dream, of when it was, whenabouts it was. I can't remember. I was definitely still in school. I know that much. But other than that, I can't really pinpoint time, unfortunately. But I had a dream that I owned a positive shop. It was a physical store, and it had just all these smiley, colourful, joyful things. And I owned it, and I remember coming in and opening the store up and turning the lights on, putting the music on, and it was just so much fun. And I woke up from that dream with an indescribable feeling, but just knowing that's what I'm meant to do with my life, which was kind of crazy. Because before that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do post-school life. I reckon I was probably in year 10 or year 11. That's my guess, but I honestly can't remember. I have a really terrible memory. I do apologise. It's unfortunate, but I do have a really terrible memory. But I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but I woke up from this dream just knowing. That's what I'm meant to do with my life, actually. So many moons, many years later, here we are. Not that we have a physical store yet. Maybe by year 3. Definitely not. I could not see that happening. But maybe eventually. Who knows? But yeah, that's literally the crazy start of Just Joy. So over time, I just remember kind of thinking about it in different ways. I remember sitting at my desk in my old room with a piece of paper and writing down 100 different names about what the business could be, because it wasn't called Just Joy in the dream. So I just remember writing all positive words, positive, joy, encourage, hope, like any positive word you could find, and just coming up with 1,001 different business names. And eventually I wrote down Just Joy. I wish I had that piece of paper too. I feel like I saved it, but I can't. And maybe it's around there somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But I remember eventually coming up with Just Joy and being like, cool, well, I've got the name. I don't know what's next, but I've got the name. And so it's just kind of been a process over the years of knowing one day that's what I'm going to do. And it is really crazy to think about the fact that now it's just a thing. Just Joy is a thing. And it has been a thing for 2 years. It's so mind-boggling to me because I truly remember starting it just like it was yesterday. But also it feels like I haven't even started it yet. There's so many layers, and it's just crazy. Time is crazy things. Like, what? But honestly, the whole beginning of Just Joy, besides the dream, which was years before, it goes back even further than August of 2024. 2023 was when my parents and I moved from New South Wales to Queensland, and when I moved, that's when the calling to do this business just grew and grew and grew, and I physically could not ignore it. I knew from this dream I had years before, this is what God wants me to do with my life. I don't know how, when, why, what, all the questions. I don't know anything, but I just knew. I had that feeling. Okay, this is what I'm meant to do. God wants me to do. I don't know. I just knew. Subconsciously, I don't know. I just knew. And in 2023, I was definitely thinking about, I want to start a business. I'm going to start a business. But the signs from God and just the feelings from God, the messages he was sending me, the things he was sharing with me, it was just like, okay, now, do it now. I had so many confirmations, and I actually got one of my old journals out from this point in time of 2023, 2024. This is back in the day when I wasn't journaling almost every single day, which now I do, so it's crazy to think that there was a time when I didn't, but I didn't. But yeah, this journal goes through life in 2023 after moving, and in 2024 when launching Just Joy, which is crazy. But I have a whole journal page, which I remember writing so vividly. So it's so crazy looking back on this now, knowing that this was now, 2.5 years ago. December of 2023, I wrote down pages and pages of all the signs that God was giving me, just to be like, Jessica, this is confirmation, which was just so crazy to look back on it now. But it really was a crazy time. I never really experienced anything like that before, of God being so clear with me, of this is your path, this is your plan, this is where I'm taking you. And it was the coolest thing literally ever. Also so scary, because I'm just scared of everything, and I was so scared to start a business and jump into the things that he was calling me to jump into. I still get scared to do things when he asked me, but I did. I tried to trust and obey, and I still do. I feel like this whole journey has just been a journey of trust, and it still is, because I still get scared, I still get stressed, I still am unsure, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I just trust him, and whatever his plan is better than anything that I can do on my own. I don't know what I'm doing. So it's all a journey of trust, and that's how it started. I remember in 2023 knowing that I wanted to start this business and starting to get all these signs to start it and go into social media and business and all the things that I'm now doing, which is really crazy to think about. One of the things I had to scarily jump into was I ended up not going to university, which was crazy, and still is crazy to think about the fact that I didn't go to uni. I did still end up studying post-school, but I didn't go to a physical university, do the classes, do the things, and do the full 3 years. I did still do a study in business, but more specifically focused in the whole starting a business, entrepreneurship side of it all, and did like a whole certificate study in that. But that was still, and still is one of the craziest things, because I was a person that was going to go to uni. That was never a question to me. That was my personality type. It still is, honestly. It still baffles me, the fact that I haven't or didn't. Who knows, one day maybe, because it's just so in my personality type that was the order that I was going to go in. But God ended up, he had a different plan, and it still freaks me out. And there's so many things that God has called me to do where I know that's God, because if it wasn't, like, that's not a decision I would have made on my own, you know, like I wouldn't, you know. So that happened. That's true in so many facts of my life now and things that have happened in my life. One of those things being the uni. If that wasn't God, like, I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, the idea of basically this whole story is that the whole Just Joy journey, and honestly just my life and everything I'm doing here, is all just a journey of trust, because I don't know, and I overthink all the time, and I worry all the time, and I doubt all the time, and I did back then, and I still do now. But it's just a journey of trust, and that's the journey that led me to starting Just Joy. So 2024 was when I really started putting my head down and being like, okay, we're starting a business. What does that look like? This is happening. And I actually have. This could be a lie, but I don't think I've ever actually shown these, but I brought them out. I do apologize. They're totally crushed because they sit on the top of my cupboard, unseen, unused. Although I could use them, like wear them myself. But I wanted to pull these out and show you. The Happy Girl Chat's exclusive. I know, crazy. One of the things I did at the very start of 2024 was order my first ever samples, because one of the things I launched when Just Joy very first launched was t-shirts, and I have samples of them, and I didn't even end up going with these specific t-shirts. The t-shirts I went with were different, but it was sampling the designs, and I've never made a t-shirt before, so I thought it would be fun to show you. Let me just make sure my microphone is stable. Okay, I think we're good. So this is pretty similar to the one that ended up being made, but it's the Let Your Light Shine t-shirt, which I think I have like, don't fully quote me, but I think I only have 3 or 4 of these left. But this was the first ever Let Your Light Shine t-shirt. It's pretty much the exact same. Not actually, the actual t-shirt is different, so the colour's different. I think the design on this one is a bit smaller than how it actually is on the real ones. So this is the first Let Your Light Shine t-shirt ever made. This one is the One Day at a Time t-shirt, which now is pink. I originally did it in white, and the text is a lot smaller too. I actually really like this shirt with the white, the small text. I think it's really cute. I should actually wear it as a shirt and not just have it up in my cupboard as a archive sample. And then this one has never seen the light of day because I don't think it's very cute. I think the design had potential, and it actually ended up being a design I took inspo from this sample design that I made, and I turned it into a print like a year later. But blue shirt, which didn't work with the colours of the designs because you can barely see it, but on the back it was a floral design, and I have a print like this because I copied it off this t-shirt, and it says it's going to be okay. That's what the stems of the flowers say. Hopefully you can see the design if you're watching the video form. If you're listening to the audio, I'm so sorry, I'm showing t-shirt samples. But yeah, this one never ends up progressing into anything, but the green on blue definitely didn't work in this colouring sense. But yeah, I thought I would show you. I thought that'd be a fun thing to show and tell, because I don't think I've ever shown them before. I think I've worn the white One Day at a Time t-shirt, and I remember I can picture like a mirror selfie that I've taken in this shirt, but I don't think I've ever shown the blue one, because as soon as I opened it I was like, yeah, no. But you know, not everything in business works out, and that's okay. One thing I was looking at in this journal that I was reading today, back from 2023 and 2024, is the journal entry I wrote the day after I launched Just Joy. I still do this, but I put so much pressure on the launch day of Just Joy. I was so scared. Oh my goodness, I was so scared. I had never launched a business before. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I don't think I had any expectations. I was just so unsure, but I had so much pressure on like what this day should look like. I was so nervous. I remember just sitting at my table, clicking the launch button and just sitting there like freaking out. I put so much pressure on it, and it makes sense, and I still would do that to this day, not because I should, but because that's just who I am at my core. But I just remember being so nervous, launching a business that you feel called to do, but you don't know how it's going to work out or what's meant to come from it. It's so terrifying. Wouldn't recommend, no, just kidding. But so terrifying. And I didn't know. I was like, am I going to sell absolutely nothing? Am I going to sell out of everything? Which I think was a little bit too hopeful. Didn't sell out of everything, but I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how's this gonna work. What's gonna happen? What do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, you press a button to launch your website and you tell everyone, okay, Just Joy is live, but like, then what? This is terrifying. Suddenly it's out of my control. Suddenly I can't take it back. It's no longer a secret. You know, so scary. And I remember after launching it, I felt very strange, because I was like, well, now what do I do? Like, now it's out there, but what do I do? Like, I have Just Joy. I have a business. What do I do with it? I don't know. It was this really weird feeling, because I've been working for months. Like, the whole of 2024, I was working on it, like, actually, physically, doing actionable things. And you're doing all that work for the launch day. Suddenly it's there. And then afterwards, I was just I felt frozen. I was like, what do I do? And something I wrote down in my journal, so this is the 11th of August 2024. Just Joy launched yesterday. It honestly feels so strange. Not necessarily in a particularly good or bad way. I just feel like that standing emoji. And all that's going through my head is, what? Like, I can barely process the fact that it's here. I do think I put a lot of pressure on myself yesterday, which was absolutely true, can I just say. Not necessarily high expectations, because I honestly didn't know what to expect at all. But I feel like I built it up in my head as the day where everything was going to happen. But really, it's just day one. Day one of hundreds of days. And in weeks, months, and years to come, I'll look back on yesterday and think exactly that. That was day one. And look how far we've come. And I thought that was a really beautiful page of journaling. And it's honestly really true, because I look back on the 10th of August 2024 and I think, wow, that was the day I launched my business. That was day one. I'm at the point now where I truly feel two things that are kind of contradictory but also go together really well. I feel, one, that I have barely even begun to scratch the surface with Just Joy. I haven't even nicked it. I feel like there is so much more to come, and I feel like I'm only just getting started, and that truly was day one. And I feel like I'm only just starting it now, even though it's been 2 years, which is why the 2 years thing feels so crazy, because I'm like, wait, I feel like I'm only just starting to get into it. I feel that. And then the other thing I feel is I also have absolutely no idea what Just Joy is going to look like in the future. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. And I can say that I have dreams and I have goals and I have things where I think about, wouldn't that be cool? Like, imagine if I have a Just Joy warehouse one day, or an office. That would be crazy. How cool would that be? But when I actually think about what would Just Joy look like in 5 years, I truly don't know. And I guess that's where it comes back to the whole, this is just a journey of trust. Because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what Just Joy is meant to be in a year. And I don't know what it's meant to be long term. I really don't know. But I trust that God has a plan for it. And I trust that it has and is going to help the people that it's meant to. And that's about it. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know whether that looks like Just Joy staying just me and it not being around in 20 years and it's just meant for a season, or if it's meant to be something way bigger than me. I truly don't know. But again, that's where it comes back to trust. And I look back at that journal entry too, and it's funny because I'm the girl I've always been. I'm still such a stressor, such a doubter and a worrier. Anytime I do anything with Just Joy, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm so nervous, I'm so scared. I still feel so just little in the scheme of things and in the quote-unquote business world, because I don't even feel like I'm in the business world. I just feel like me in my room doing my best and trying to trust the plan. I don't know what's going to happen with Just Joy, but I trust that hopefully it can just encourage the people that it's meant to encourage in its life, you know? And same with me. I hope I can encourage the people I can in my life. But if you have been around, if you do know me a little bit or at all, you'll know I'm very good at being hard on myself. And so I do think when I reflect on things like having my business for 2 years, I worry, should I be further along? Should the launch have gone better? Should this, should that? And I worry and I can spiral, and it's very easy for me to do because I always worry that I'm not doing a good enough job. And should I be doing more? Should this have worked out better than what I had? But I don't want to focus on that. I don't want to think like that. I don't want that to be my mindset in anything that I do, actually. We're working on it. More episodes on being hard on yourself to come, okay? Just expect that, because we're trying to work through it, because I don't want that to be the way that I live my life. I want to actually be able to genuinely celebrate moments and milestones, because when I've been talking on social media today about we're celebrating 2 years of Just Joy, well, I actually want to be able to celebrate 2 years of Just Joy. I am going to go make a cake after this episode, after I record this, because I want to take the moment. I want to be able to step out of myself and be like, that's cool, you did that. I don't know where I thought 2 years of Just Joy was going to be. I didn't know. And whether I should be further along or whether I'm crushing it, I don't know. But nonetheless, I did the brave, scary thing. Why am I getting emotional? Because I'm such a shy, anxious girl. And I did the thing that was brave and scary, and I started the business. And whether it's the most successful business in the world, I was going to say I don't know, but I do know. It's not, but that's okay. But I'm here, and all I'm trying to do, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, if you could know my heart, genuinely all I'm trying to do in absolutely everything that I do is I just want to help you. I want to encourage you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that there's good in the world and good in your life, even when it's hard. That is my heart behind everything I do. Just Joy, very much included. And I just hope that I'm able to do that and able to keep doing that. That is my goal. That is my goal. That's truly it. I was thinking about this a little while ago. I had a bit of a more official business meeting, looking at finance stuff, which finance is not my strength. But, accounting has to happen at some point. But I was thinking and reflecting on an accountant meeting I had recently. And one of the things I thought about in my head, on all the reflections of all the things that was talked about and I was learning, is I am not a girl who started a business to help people. I am a girl who desperately wants to help people, and one of the ways I'm trying to do that is through a business. And that's my heart. And I don't think I'm ever going to have the most successful business in the world. I mean, whatever God's plan is, but my genuine goal is I just want to help. I want to bring joy and encourage and be a light. Let your light shine. But anyway, what I wanted to do before we close it up, because I wanted to focus on the good, that's one of the Just Joy morals and things. I want to focus on the good, and so I wanted to just go over a couple little favorite moments of Just Joy for the last 2 years, because I think that's a fun way to end this little birthday anniversary. You're still unsure? Let me know what you think it is, because I don't know. But 2 years, I wanted to focus on the good. So some of my favorite moments, I wrote these down so I could tell them to you. One of them has to be Easter United. Top moment of Just Joy. Also one of my favorite days of the year, each year. Easter United is an Easter service that they do here on the Gold Coast. It is one of the coolest things literally ever. A whole bunch of Gold Coast churches come together, and it's just such an amazing event that they do each year. And for the last 2 years, I have gone with Just Joy in a little market stall, and I've done that as a mini sponsor of the event. So, which is just so crazy. So Just Joy, like the little Just Joy logo, gets put up on the screen as the Easter United event sponsors. Just Joy's up there. So I go, and by going with my market stall, I sponsor the event. So I pay my sponsorship fee, and I have a little market stall, and it is one of my favorite nights genuinely of the year, and it has been for the last 2 years. This year especially, I did it this year and last year. This year, it was genuinely the best. I was alive, and I was so tired because it's a long day on my feet, and if you know me, I'm very shy, so it takes like a lot of my battery to do market stalls, because it's a lot of like socializing, but I love it. Like, my energy's alive in it. It's just one of my favorite things I've gotten to do, and I hope to be able to do it for as long as I'm doing Just Joy, because it's truly the best ever. And there's worship happening for tonight, and there's so many beautiful people that I get to talk to, and it's just one of the most encouraging and just fun afternoons, nights. Top moment of Just Joy's life, and top moment of the year each year. This year's was amazing. Last year's was amazing too, but this year's was just, oh my goodness. It was so best time ever. I've done a few other market stalls, specifically around Christmas is normally when I crack out the market stall tent and do some Just Joy markets, but Easter United, oh my goodness, it is my favorite day of Just Joy's calendar each year. I love it. I will be back next year. If they have me, I will be there. Another favourite moment for me was the photo shoot I did right before I launched Just Joy. I was so sure with launching Just Joy that what I wanted to do to get all the photos for the website was to book a professional studio, a photo studio, get like a blank white wall and take all the photos for the website in a professional studio, amazing lighting, and I did. And it was the coolest thing ever, like literally ever. My dad was the photographer for me, and I hired out a studio for, I don't really remember, a couple hours, and took all the product photos, and it was just so much fun because that was the first time where it felt real. I think I did that only about a week before launching, maybe a week before announcing. It was not very long before launching Just Joy itself. I think it might have been, it was, the first couple of days of August, and then we launched the 10th. So about a week before launching. It was just so much fun. It was the first time it felt real. It was just a moment of, wow, I'm launching a business, and today I'm taking the photos at a professional studio. It felt so cool. I was honestly on cloud nine that day. It was so cool. It felt so official, and it was just so much fun. So that'll be a core memory in my brain and in the Just Joy life for a good long time, probably forever. It was really, really cool. Another thing I wrote down is the recent journal launch. That has been the best product launch I've ever had. And the journal launch was the last thing I've launched. It was at the end of June, so it's been about a month and a half now, and I've never had a product launch go so well. And I'm still not over it. I'm still giddy over it. I sold out of the journal in 3 days, and I've never sold out of a product that quickly before, ever. Not even anyone here close to it. And that's always been a dream for me. I feel like you see so many people online with their businesses and all their sales coming through when they launch in 2 minutes. And I've always dreamt of that. And I've been like, it's okay, one day. And the journal launching out in 3 days was truly the coolest thing ever. And everyone just loving it. And I remember posting a video, I think the day before it launched, doing a whole show and tell of the journal, the cover, the inside of it, and everything that came with the journal. And everyone was just so nice, wow, this is so cute. And I was like, oh my god, it was just the best ever. It was so much fun. I had so much fun taking the photos of the journal for the journal launch. It was just the best experience I've had with Just Joy, with a product launch. It was so much fun. And I feel like personally, and obviously a very biased opinion because it's my business and my journal, but I think my journal is my favorite designed product. Not my favorite product, because I say them all differently because I have multiple, and so I like to get away with saying multiple favorite products by saying them differently. But I think the journal is my best designed product, my best looking product. I'm so proud of how it looks. I love the journal. I love the journal so much, and I've always wanted to make a journal. I've had that on my bucket list, on my dream product list for years. journal, to make a journal. So it's so cool that now I have a journal, and I love journaling. I'm obsessed with journaling. I journal all the time. It's literally right here, actually. That wasn't even, I only just remembered that because I use one of my journals as a podcast journal where I put all my podcast notes. So there you go. Get yourself a joyful journal right now, you know. But that was definitely a favourite moment. I feel like the last few months, honestly since Easter United this year, I feel like has been my favourite season of Just Joy thus far. I feel like we've had so much fun. Easter United was when I just launched the Bible verse cards, and afterwards I was working on the journal, and then that's just been so much fun. And yeah, the last few months have just been amazing. I'm so grateful for all the Just Joy fun we've had recently. Second to last favourite moment that I put down was making the Happy Girl Handbook. I think my favourite product that I've made, or like the product I'm proudest of, does have to go to the Happy Girl Handbook. And there's so many others I love. Love the journal. I think that's my best designed product. I do. I love the positive pep talk cards because that feels like my account, and the pep talks I do there, but in a physical form. Also love the Scrapbook the Joy Kit. That's got to be a favourite too. But I think I love the Happy Girl Handbook. I think that takes the top place in my Just Joy heart. I just loved making that. I made that right after a holiday at the end of last year, October last year. And I came back after that holiday in not the best mental state because I enjoyed being on the holiday so much that I really struggled to settle back into normal life and routine again. And then the Happy Girl Handbook idea was born, and I had so much fun making it, and picking up the sample of it for the first time was just so cool. And that's a cool memory for Just Joy. I loved making the Happy Girl Handbook, and hopefully we'll be making another one very, very soon. That's in my plans. It's on my to-do list. And if it's on the to-do list, I have to do it. And then the last one, which is really kind of just general rather than a whole memory or moment, but I just love coming up with new ideas for Just Joy. At the start of this year, I was also not in the best mental state. I was struggling a bit. There was a lot of change happening in my life, and everything felt very unstable. And I didn't know what I was doing or what this year was going to look like, and I was a bit stressed. But I sat down and I opened my laptop, a new page on Notion, and I was brainstorming 2026 product, Just Joy plans. And I wrote a bit of a list, not a crazy long list, but a few different things. And on that list is where I came up with, I want to do Bible verse cards. I have the pep talk cards. I want to do Bible verses of them. I want to make a scrapbook kit. I want to make a journal. And I just remember getting really excited about all these ideas and thinking about all the things that I can make, because again, it's just me. And I am a very, very, very small business, so I'm not making a new product every day. But just getting excited about all these things. And now I look back at that list from the start of this year, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I made a scrapbook kit. I did the Bible verse cards. I have a journal. And I think that's just so cool. And I love the idea part of the process. I love it so much. And there's definitely been times where I've thought, I don't have any ideas. I don't know what to do. Is this the end? I freak out. I don't know. But I truly feel like God plants the ideas in my head, and then I just keep walking and I do them with him because I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, the idea part is so fun. I love when I just get an idea and I'm like, oh, I think this is it. It's so fun. It's the best. So all those ideas came from that brainstorm, and now I have those products, and I just think that's so cool. It's so it's so cool. So those are the favorite little moments that I had that I was thinking about and reflecting on from the last 2 years of Just Joy's life. And I really am so excited about what's to come. I have no idea what's to come. I don't know what Just Joy is going to turn into, but I'm really grateful for me 2 years ago for starting it and doing the brave, scary thing and starting it. And, you know, it's still just me. And that's okay. You know, that is okay. and I have so much fun. I have so much fun doing Just Joy and writing it myself, and I'm just grateful. I really am just grateful, and I trust God with wherever it's meant to be, whatever Just Joy is meant to look like, and my focus is just on helping someone in any way I can. Hopefully. That's all I want to be able to do. So I'm very excited about what's to come. I do, in terms of short-term things, long-term things, I don't know. Who knows? Not me. I don't know. But short-term things, in the last few months, in all the busy, God has given me some little mini revelations about what to be working on next, I suppose. So there are plans in place for the future of Just Joy, not in a big long-term 10-year scary plan, but in terms of what I'm currently working on and what I'm sure will be happening very, very soon, because it was meant to happen pre me getting sick, but then I got sick. But Just Joy is in the works of changing a little bit, which is kind of terrifying because I'm so bad with change, and I think that's probably why I haven't done the thing and made the change yet, because it is scary. And again, one of those other things of, I know it's from God, because if it was from me, I wouldn't be doing it because I'm too scared. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I trust God with whatever, but something that I'm looking at doing, oh, I don't want to say that loud because I'm so scared to do it, which is why I haven't talked about it yet, but possibly looking into expanding Just Joy a bit and doing a bit more with it and making it a bit more than just a shop, just an online store. Possibly looking at starting to do in-person events every now and then. I don't know, would anyone want a scrapbook together? Could be fun. So that's quite terrifying for me because, again, I'm so shy. I don't know. But yeah, I trust God with it. He's got the plan. I just have to do the plan, which is scary as well. But it's all good. It's all good things. And I'm grateful for the last 2 years of Just Joy. Still so crazy that it's been a thing for 2 years, but it's been good. And I'm excited to see what's to come and what's next and where it goes from here. I'm very excited. So this was such a long episode. Oh my goodness. I had no idea it was going to be long. I honestly thought it was going to be a short one. So what do I know? Nothing, apparently. But thank you for tuning in. I will end it quickly so you can get on with your day. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. I absolutely love when you comment on these episodes. It truly makes my day. I love reading them back. I love knowing what you thought and feeling like I'm not just talking to myself. I'm talking to you. And I'm really grateful that you choose to come and hang out with me. That's just crazy. My mind could explode if I think about that too much, because what do you mean you want to come and hang out with me? That's so cool. Thank you. That's so nice. But I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Just Joy, and thank you for coming and celebrating 2 years with me. So crazy. I wonder where we'll be in another 2 years. I don't know. Maybe making another podcast episode. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next week with another episode of Happy Girl Chats. But thanks for chatting with me. I love you so much. Have the best rest of your day. Have the best week. I'll see you next week. Or you'll hear from me next week if you're not watching the video. I'll be in your ears next week. I love you so much. Bye for now.